Welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. My name is November Lima, and the PT has been going on this weekend, and there was one deck that was being played by player Ken Yukuhiro, and I saw it, and I was like, hey, this is cool. I like this. I've played cycling before. I actually really enjoy cycling. It's a really cool strategy, but I think as the metagame was developing, it definitely had some weaknesses. And with the companion decks, you won't really see a lot of Lurus decks anymore because Lurus are typically low above the ground counted decks. But then I was kind of thinking, like, hey, what kind of deck would be powerful right now? What cycling deck would be good without Lurus? And I started thinking more about like some of the black cards that are really good. And then I saw this version coming by, and I'm like, hey, this is cool. I want to try this. So Ken Yukuhiro here went with a Mardu kind of shell of cycling. So you still have your powerful kind of cycling creatures, if you will. So you got Flourishing Fox. Again, if this comes out on turn 1, it's typically you're in a really, really good spot. Got your healers, your rescuers, and your Drannith Stinger. So if you're not familiar with cycling, all these can be cycled away. So you can kind of pick your poison on what you want to put on the board and what you want to bump. So this one gets +1/+1 counters every time you cycle something. This gives you life. This puts 1/1 on the board once a turn, so that's something to think about. Stinger pings your opponent for 1 every time you cycle, and those are basically your cycling payoffs. That's what you want to build your game plan around depending on what you play against and what you have in your hand. Footfall Crater can give some of your stuff trample and haste. Typically, you'll be cycling this away. This you'll typically be cycling away too to give some of your things cycling. So if you have a big fox and you can give it lifelink, that's pretty sweet. Memory leaks, you can either use it or cycle it away. Again, pretty good if you need to hand hate on your opponent, otherwise just a 1-mana cycler. Imposing Vantasaur, another 1-mana cycler that you can play if you need to have a big body on the board, but you will be cycling it away 9 out of 10 times. Obviously, Zenith Flare is the big payoff. That's really hard to deal with for a lot of opponents unless they have graveyard hate. This can do a lot of damage, give you a lot of life, and it's just has blindsided so many people, including myself. The cool addition in this deck, because you are putting some creatures in the bin, or actually a lot of creatures in the bin with cycling, is Fiend Artisan. This thing gets bigger every time a creature goes in the graveyard. So this thing can get really, really big and can get really out of control as the game progresses. Plus, it allows you to look for a creature if you want a specific creature on the board. But mainly, the aspect that it gets really swole is really cool. Also, because you can, we run Zirda as a companion. This can help us reduce all our costs of our activations. So, like by example, this cycler here would turn into a 1-mana cycler. And also it can prevent some of my target creatures on my opponent's side from blocking. So from that standpoint, it's a pretty interesting card. Sideboard. Obviously the companion. We got 2 Duresses for the control matchup. 4 Necrotic Wounds. Again, really cool thought of Ken Yukuhiro. You're going to put creatures in the bin, so you can -X a target creature, which also comes around indestructible, which is relevant because of this card being played in some aggro shields. 2 Desparks if we want to get rid of something big. 2 Kayas because there's a lot of strong tokens out on the field. Think of all those flying sharks. This kills them. And then 4 Deafening Clarions if we need to give some more lifelink or sweep the board because we fall behind against aggro. So overall, really, really cool deck. I'm really interested to see how it does. So let's go ahead and get into a best of 3. And there we go. Typically, I'm set up a little bit better. There we go. And let's rock this cycling deck and see how it does. I really like the way it looks. Yeah, cycling is a fun mechanic in my opinion. Also, if you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Once I hit 100 subscribers on the channel, I'm going to give this away to one of the lucky people that subscribed, and let me know in the comments you did. It's a foil Space Godzilla Death Corona. I would like to play first. Fox turn 1. Easy keep. Almost hit the wrong one. That would have been pretty tragic. So let's see what my opponent is on here. My doggy is barking at the cat, because dogs do what dogs do. What are you going to do? Alright, breeding pool. Could be anything. Go ahead and drop this. cycle this guy. Now, a Scorching Dragonfire would be unfortunate. Probably should have cycled before. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. If they have Scorching Dragonfire, I would have gone up to 3 max and I would still lose it. So this is either Band or Temur. Those are the 2 top decks. By the way, if you haven't been following the PT, the top 8 of the first PT this weekend was 6 Temur Reclamation and 2 Band Ram. So that's how diverse the meta is right now. Do I put more than 1 eggs in a bucket? I think that might be worth it. Let's go ahead and swing and see what happens. Gonna cycle you away. Brazen Borrower would be unfortunate. Okay. Gonna keep shocking ourselves because why not? I think I am gonna go and play this. Get more threats on the board. Okay, there's Growth Spiral. Uro. That's okay. They are Temur. And there we go. So cycling is actually really hard to deal with for Temur. So they're going to put in a bunch of graveyard hate now. It's going to get you in. Let's get you out. I think that's what we do. Now, these are pretty good too, actually. What else do I drop? I think I drop all the Fiend Artisans, which I really like the Fiend Artisans, but I think I need to hate on some of their stuff here. And they're going to have Shark tokens, so I want to be able to kill those with Kaya. Exiling Uro is really interesting. So this deck actually has a really good matchup against Temur Reclamation, because Temur Reclamation typically doesn't run sweepers in the main board. Sideboard, I do expect sweepers. I do expect Scorching Dragonfires, Brazen Borrowers. This is going to be a very different game too, for sure. Yeah, when I play Temur Reclamation, I probably hate playing against cycling the most. This is not aggressive enough of a shell, so I'm going to mulligan this. That's good. Let's ditch that. We got the lands we need. Mulligan down to 5. Wow. Okay. Pretty good hand here. Go on a swing, see what he does. Now, if he responds with a Flame Sweep on his turn, that would be really unfortunate. Definitely possible. But that's okay. No Flame Sweep, so that's good. Wilderness Reclamation is a bit of a bummer. But should be able to swing for quite a bit here. I'm going to keep shocking myself because... Now, do I Memory Leak? Could be interesting. Let's swing and see what he does. Nothing. I think I'm just going to cycle. Nope. I always hit that, but when you have him on the board, you really only want to cycle once a turn unless you absolutely... Unless it makes a lot of sense to do it more often. Because you only get the token once. So red and Flame Sweep, again, would still hurt. No red and Flame Sweep. Not a Wilderness Reclamation. So he has mana for days, but nothing to do with it. So without red mana, he really is... Nope. There we go. I'm only going to be able to cycle 1 card anyway, so I might as well do the more expensive cycler. So I'm going to swing for a lot here, it seems like. Let's see, they could put a Shark on the board. So let's see, what do I have here? I have 8 damage here. I could potentially cycle 1, 2, 3, 4. So potentially I have 6. I feel like I'd do this. Yeah, let's just see what he has in his hand. Show me what you got. Okay. Cycle that. Boop, boop. Get the Duress. Probably going to get rid of my Duress or Zenith Flare. Makes sense. So they're pretty much dead, right? What are they going to draw that can save them here? Nothing. Touchdown! Yeah, so this deck is sick. That one fast. I'm going to keep it short. I will be playing with this deck more, so look out for more videos with this. But yeah, just to recap why I think this is such a sick deck. Obviously, Temur Reclamation is, during the PTZ, it was 40% of the playing field, between 38 and 40%. So Temur Reclamation is going to get played a lot more. It's already been being played a lot since the bans. It's going to be played a lot more because everybody sees those PTs and is like, hey, Temur Rec is the bomb. So most people are going to play that. Other people are going to look for the decks that beats Temur Reclamation. This beats Temur Reclamation. So Ken Yukuhiro definitely was onto something with this game plan. Again, it puts so much pressure out so fast, and Temur Reclamation doesn't necessarily have an answer to that. Temur Reclamation is really good against aggro. It's really good against mono red. It struggles with mono green. In the tournament's been doing pretty poorly against mono green too. But yeah, I think this deck is really interesting. I'm curious to play more with it to see what happens in the long grindier game with the Fiends coming out. Maybe getting some lifelink on one of my creatures, playing with Zenith Flare more, and see what impact Zirda really has on this deck, or if it's just a free 3/3, which nothing wrong with that either. So yeah, this is a really cool deck, really powerful. I like it. I'm going to be playing with it more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was a very short one this time, but hey, you got to appreciate seeing Temur Reclamation getting beat up. So if you like my videos, please like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let me know you did. For a chance on Space Godzilla, Death Corona. Bro, this is a really cool card. Really cool card. Subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and look forward to the next video.